Welcome to our NFL preview show brought to you by Play-by-Play Camps. We are going to give you our picks for every NFL award this year. We got Solomon and JJ. I'm Jonah. Let's get into it. Our first award is the MVP this year. JJ, who do you think will be the MVP?
Well, Antonio Brown, because he scores so many touchdowns and so many big plays. He needs to get recognized for that. So,
Okay. And Solomon?
Well, I think it's got to be Russell Wilson. He's always sort of had a second role, bit of a game manager with Marshawn Lynch. But as we saw when Marshawn Lynch went out, he really took control of the games and had the stretch of his life. And I think that'll continue this year with no Marshawn Lynch.
Okay, I think both of you guys have good picks. Now, Offensive Player of the Year.
I have to go with Odell, especially as a Giants fan. And because, if you watched him last season, he had so many plays above 50 yards, so many touchdowns. He gets past so many cornerbacks. He scored over Josh Norman. So he deserves credit, and he's going to get that as the Offensive Player of the Year.
Okay, Solomon?
Well, in terms of the Offensive Player of the Year, you got to go with Antonio Brown. He's going to lead the league in receptions, receiving yards, and maybe even touchdowns this year. He's so dynamic, especially now with their second option, Martavis Bryant, suspended. Ben Roethlisberger knows. Always look for Antonio Brown. He always finds a way to get open, and I think he's going to have an even crazier year than he has the past two.
Okay, now for our Defensive Player of the Year, Solomon.
Well, for me, it's got to be Luke Kuechly. Over the past couple of years, he's been a really good linebacker, but he's never really made that jump ahead of J.J. Watt, and I think this year he will. While I don't know if the Panthers will be able to continue their success in the playoffs, Luke Kuechly just dominated defensively, getting pick six, getting tackles all over the place. He knows how to be all over the field, and I think this year he will be.
Okay, JJ.
Well, I might have to go with J.J. Watt because, well, one, we share the same name. That's not mainly it. The fact that he gets so many sacks, gets past, but he can get past the Cowboys line, I bet. They have one of the best. They have the best line in the league. Like, he can get past lines, he can run fast, he's really strong, and he can get to the quarterback really well.
Okay, and now our Offensive Rookie of the Year.
For me, it's got to be the number one pick, Jared Goff. He's in a situation with St. Louis with a guy like Todd Gurley and dynamic receivers like Tavon Austin that it's ready for a good young quarterback to just come in and take the helm and let the Rams take that next step. And they're getting a fresh start by going to LA, and I think Goff is really going to take advantage of this perfect position that he's in and really shine. And while I hate to say the number one pick is going to be the best rookie, I think just the situation he's in alone just puts him on a pedestal to be great.
Okay, JJ.
I might have to go with the fourth overall pick in the draft, Ezekiel Elliott. Even though I'm a Giants fan, I have to say he has a lot of talent. Also, he has a really good line in front of him, and having a really good line at running back is really key when you're in the NFL. So, good running back, good line, not too hard of a schedule. I have my money on him.
Okay, now for our Defensive Rookie of the Year, JJ.
I'd have to go Jalen Ramsey. He's just so good. Yeah, he's the first defensive player picked, but I think there's reason to that. And he's really going to get a lot of tackles and all that. So
Okay,
that's my
Solomon.
guy.
I'm going to have to agree with you there on Jalen Ramsey. He was actually the second defensive player picked, Joey Bosa.
Oh, yeah.
But period, he is the best defensive player in this draft, and he is the most NFL-ready player for this draft. There is not another player that is more NFL ready than him. He can do anything. He can play safety, he can play nickel, he can be a lockdown corner, he can do man, he can do zone, he can rush the passer, he can do it all. And I think wherever the Jaguars will put him this year, he'll succeed.
Okay, then our Comeback Player of the Year.
Well, for me, it's got to be Andrew Luck. I think a couple seasons ago, he had just a ridiculous year, and I think that he'll be able to recapture that now that he's not injured.
Okay, JJ.
I have a two-way tie between Jordy Nelson because he always gets open. Aaron Rodgers and him have such good chemistry. He'll do well. And then also have Jamal Charles because he's just a really good running back. And if he can stay healthy, he can score a lot of touchdowns and get a lot of yards.
Okay, who's gonna win the Super Bowl this year?
For me, it's got to be the Arizona Cardinals. I think their defense is maybe the best in the league, and I think David Johnson is going to continue his rookie year.
JJ.
I have to agree with the Cardinals, but I also like the Seahawks in this one, especially because Jimmy Graham, I'm hoping he won't get injured next season, so that will be a good factor. Doug Baldwin exploded last season, and Russell Wilson is doing well. Their defense is good.
Okay, and then
Good.
lastly, our one sleeper player or team.
Well, just quickly, it's got to be the Raiders, and more specifically Derek Carr. Now that Amari Cooper, he's got that one receiver that he can just go to. He's got a heck of an arm, and I think he's going to succeed so well.
Okay, and JJ.
I have to go with the Redskins because they went 6-2 to end the season. They won their division somehow, and I really like what they're doing there. So.
Okay, well, that wraps it up for NFL preview. I'm your host, Jonah. This is JJ, and this is Solomon. Thank you.